All right. We're live.
I know.
And you have your feet up.
I'm comfortable. So what?
Your fucking disgusting feet are my face.
They're clean. They're like 4 feet away from your face.
That's a stretch. Like 2.5.
Just fucking start.
All right. Welcome to the Basement Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Drew. Next to me, to my left, is my co-host, Brady.
With my alleged stank-ass feet in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't act like your shit don't stink. Let's go behind the box here to our producer, Brazil's favorite son, Frappuccino Nick.
What's going on?
There you go. All right, Brady. Congratulations on making the finals. For all of you, since you don't know, Brady is a diehard Indiana Pacers fan.
Love that team to death. I still can't believe it. It's still surreal. Like, after last season getting swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, didn't really feel like a sweep, but holy fuck. Like, I did not expect to go this far. Like, this team is just so good. Like, 11 players averaged 11 or more minutes. That's ridiculous. Most times playoff teams are like 7, 8 deep of like solid good players. This team is playing 11 players in their interchangeable parts. And they've been an underdog in every series. Milwaukee series, all the quote-unquote big popular analysts, it was 50-50. The Cleveland series, I don't think you saw anybody take the Pacers to beat Cleveland at all. The Knicks series, how many I bet you saw maybe one analyst take the Pacers? Maybe.
I think the Knicks series was like people started to believe a little bit.
But not really even though. Like, dude,
people still had the Knicks. I had the Knicks.
A lot of people had the Knicks.
Because home court advantage.
The second people saw the Knicks beat the Celtics, it was Knicks make the finals. Not here, motherfucker. Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam have something to say about it.
Yeah, well, let's not forget that game 1 is an all-time blunder of epic proportions.
Listen.
That game is going to live in infamy.
Yes, it's going to live in Knicks fans' hearts for a long time.
And Pacers, man. I mean, that is
I watched that
one of the most ridiculous comebacks of all time.
And then the Tyrese hitting back of the rim to send it to overtime. Back of the rim bounces all the way up just to drop. Insane series to watch. Shout out to the Knicks, though. Like, with all due respect, shout out Knicks. Knicks, they put up a fucking hell of a fight against the Pistons, against the Celtics, and obviously against the Pacers. The Knicks were a big reason on why this playoff run has been so electric, in general.
How do you feel about Siakam getting MVP?
I mean,
I agreed with it personally.
You gotta you look at this.
He had 39 points one game.
He did, and he's single-handedly carried us through a game. The one that he had 39. I mean, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. I think 54% from the field, 50% from 3. Like, yeah, Tyrese played a hell of a basketball game on the other side, but if you look at the voting, it was 1 vote off. Yeah. It wasn't like it was...
I mean, Tyrese is just such an obvious answer. I think Pascal kind of more deserved it, though. He does everything. Played better. But, I mean, just because he wins that MVP, it doesn't mean... And for those of you who do not know, it's Eastern Conference Finals. What is the trophy called?
It's the Larry Bird Trophy.
Larry Bird Trophy. I should have known that. Forgot. Yeah, like I was saying.
Other one's the Magic Johnson Trophy on the western side.
That's pretty cool.
It's new.
That's the way to do it. That's right there.
Yeah. You get an Eastern Conference champion trophy, and then
no one's debating that. It's Tyrese's team.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's just not a debate.
I mean Pascal.
I mean if they win the finals, Tyrese is the shoo-in.
Yes.
So
yes.
I don't think anybody should complain about Pascal winning this one.
No one's gonna complain. It's just the thing with the team. It's not like, the thing with that team is they're not an individual. Like they're not represented by an individual, and they're represented by everybody.
Sure.
Like, and as much as like T.J. McConnell has as much heart in that team as the first guy up. A little white fucker running around in circles all the time. Love that guy.
His job is just keep the pace going.
His job is
when the stars come out, just keep the pace going against the other team.
The second he goes in the game, the thing with TJ McConnell is his rim pressure. His ability to pressure the rim no matter who's on him is insane.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's on him. He still gets to the rim and applies pressure, which creates for other teammates, which allows us to keep playing fast.
Yeah.
So
his job is to keep the pace of play.
Having him and Tyrese, it doesn't matter. You take out Tyrese for his 10-minute rest per se. If that, you got TJ fucking running, keeping everyone drained, so you can rest everybody the whole time.
Now, we gotta say it though. Going into the series, 7-1 underdogs. So, I mean, the Knicks, would they have been any better? Maybe slightly. Who knows? But I mean, I don't think anybody, besides unless if somehow the Celtics or Cleveland made it, anybody was gonna get better odds than that. So 7-1 is. Hey, it would be in, like, to put it in perspective, 7-1. If they win, that's an all-time upset in NBA Finals history.
So right now they're plus 500. The last team that was plus 500 in the NBA Finals was in 2004. It was the Detroit Pistons over the Lakers, and they ended up winning. It was the last team to be that far. That was one that.
What year was this?
2004. Pistons Lakers. It's the plus 500. It was the farthest betting gap between two teams.
I mean, it's the problem is with OKC is you can't even deny how good they are. When they just defensively, now they have bad offensive days, but the problem is their defense is just so good that it's hard to have a game plan against that. I mean, you got to shoot, like, if the Pacers are going to win games, they got to shoot as good as they did against the Knicks, consistently against a good defense.
Well, they just got to make sure that they don't turn the ball over, because OKC has created the most turnovers and as out of any team we've seen in the playoffs. Like, they're just creating turnovers left. I'm pretty sure they're creating like 12 or so turnovers per game, something fucking insane like that. So, I mean, Pacers have to play very, very efficient basketball, and they have to score very efficiently. Like, they're going to have to play the same way they did against the Knicks. I think there was, in Game 6, I was listening to, I think it was Bill Simmons or someone on Twitter, but the Pacers had 5 possessions in Game 6 where they scored a layup within 5 seconds of a Knicks-made basket. It wasn't even the 7 seconds or less offense. It was the 7 milliseconds or less offense. It's one pass into an immediate fast break after a scored layup. You keep up that kind of pace, it's hard to match. But with the Thunder being so good defensively, it's going to be a very, very good finals. Fuck the ratings, please, and what everyone says about the ratings. Fuck that. For an actual basketball fan, this is the best finals outcome you could have gotten.
Yeah, exactly. For the ratings, you got to let the NBA deal with that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 2 flyover states. The ratings are going to be lower than usual. I mean, there's nothing you can do.
It's Adam Silver's job to worry about the ratings, not ours. Exactly. It's your job to enjoy the product, and the product is going to be elite. So enjoy it.
What are your key matchups going into this?
Well, so we can, assuming Aaron Nesmith is healthy with his really bad ankle injury, he's gonna play. But assuming he's at full health, I would watch the Aaron Nesmith SGA matchup because he's definitely gonna get that matchup. You're gonna see a lot of action of switches between him and Nembhard. I would watch Pascal Siakam against Chet. Is probably gonna be a matchup if they run double big against us. That's a very interesting match. Whatever center has to guard Chet is going to be interesting. And then, I'm trying to think.
For me, it's going to be whoever, like Miles Turner versus Hartenstein.
Nembhard J-Dub is going to be a good matchup. And then off the bench, I mean, watching Benedict Mathurin come in against like whoever the fuck Caruso has to pick up.
Well, Nembhard's been elite on defense. This is a case that when he's in the game, you put him on SGA.
No, because he's been fucking hit. He had a great Game 6 closeout game defensively. But before that, Brunson was frying his shit. And Nesmith just looked better because Nesmith's bigger. So it just makes it easier. But they're going to be a lot of switches. It's going to be you're not going to see a lot of the same. They're going to try and coach up a bunch of different schemes. You don't really know what the bald man is going to decide to do.
It's an uphill climb.
Of course, it's definitely an uphill climb.
That Oklahoma City Thunder team, man. They are, the problem is they're really not. The weird thing about this finals is it's not getting a lot of media attention before these teams didn't, because they're not, big cities and stuff.
Well, it's the battle of small markets.
Most people really probably haven't even watched a OKC game until the playoffs. They really don't know what they're about.
It depends.
It's hard to get them on. casual fans, how many games are they going to watch OKC in the regular season?
They had a lot of
maybe
national
one
team games.
When they're playing their team that they cheer for, maybe. It's definitely low. These teams don't get a lot of media coverage. SGA is, I like him. But he's a low-key guy. You know, he's not your classics. You know, he's not in the media a lot. You know, he's not talking a lot to people. He's
not an
he's a low-key guy. He's not like a face of the league kind of guy.
He's got what the kids call aura. He doesn't do much. He's just like quietly, like he's just there, absorbs.
Canadian too.
Yeah, fuck that. So is Nemhard actually, and Matherin. So, you know,
they got some ballers up there.
I guess so. They also got Andrew Wiggins, and I think Nick knows a lot about Andrew Wiggins, doesn't he? He's smiling.
Do you want to speak on it?
Andrew Wiggins.
I think that's enough. I mean, unless you want to. I thought
you want to speak on Andrew Wiggins right now?
It's up to you.
I don't think I can get into this.
I think
like right now.
I can just know his emotion is just enough for Andrew
Wiggins.
Wiggins.
I don't think I can get into that whole fucking debacle. You know? Maybe next time. Another
We'll dive into Nick's Heat fandom in the near future. We'll see what he's thinking. You
gotta kind of respect. He started cheering for the Heat once they started the sock, though.
He did.
I mean, that's almost like if you want to know if someone's a real fan, if they don't cheer for the team that's like in their area, like if they're not a bandwagon, does the team stink?
The team stunks.
And they
stunk.
Like the Heat don't just suck; they stink. A lot of these years. Do you want to speak on this?
I mean, I really started becoming a fan of the Heat after that 2023 like playoff run.
Might have been coming from the headset a little bit. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it was echoing through the headset a little bit. That's fine. 2023. It ended. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's over.
All right, but are you good on the NBA section?
I'm fine.
Okay, so we'll dive real quick into the Stanley Cup, which starts actually Wednesday, unlike the NBA that's going Thursday, so that's good. We got 2 finals. The Stanley Cup playoffs have been electric. If you haven't been seeing on Twitter, everybody who usually doesn't watch hockey has been getting really into it. I've always said for a while that their playoffs are, as far as the crack, as far as just entertainment, they're hard to beat, even if you don't like the sport. The guys really fucking go at, like, they start going full speed. They're hitting, they're fighting. And these games have been high scoring too. The over's been hitting like crazy. 8-9 score games. You don't see that too often in the regular season, so it's been a good playoffs. We got Florida. We got a repeat. I think there's only been like 3 repeats of like the same 2 teams in the last 50 years. Something like that. Maybe 40.
I didn't know that.
So we got a repeat. The Edmonton Oilers, who lost in, do I want to say, was it 7? It might have been 7 last year. I could be wrong. I don't even remember. It was pretty heartbreaking. But they make it back this year. Connor McDavid, the face of the league, most would probably say, is going to try to get his revenge on the Florida Panthers, who just look, to be honest, unstoppable. I mean, just from first line to third line, you got dogs all around. I mean, they're not the most flashy team, but they're the most well-built team. I kind of want to look up what Edmonton lost last year, but look that up for me, Brady, real quick.
What?
Edmonton Oilers, Panthers last year, Stanley Cup. How many games did that go? I think it went 7. I might have been wrong. It was like 3. It was like 3-1, I think, though. So it might have ended early. But so yeah, we get that Wednesday. I'm gonna go with the Panthers in 6. I mean, everybody wants Connor McDavid to win his championship finally because he's like the face of the league, great guy. But at the end of the day, the Panthers they just look too tough to beat. If the Panthers goalie's on Bobrovsky,
I know the Panthers.
You're not going to score too much on him. Brad Marchand coming from my Bruins on the third line when he was playing first in Boston. Now he's playing third line, again, third line minutes, running that third line. And that third line could be a bad team's first line.
Saying that they won, the Panthers won last year and secured their first championship with a 2-1 victory in Game 7.
Games. So it was game 7.
7 games.
Yep. I think this one goes 6. I think the Panthers are even better this year. And the Oilers are hot, and sometimes you got to ride the hot hand. But I think the Panthers are just too good to beat. I mean, it's almost they have a kind of team that's almost kind of like the Pacers, where just from top to bottom, they got players that are going to play.
Would you say it's more valuable in hockey? I mean, it's very valuable in both sports.
Because in hockey, you swap lines so often. You have your first line with like most of your best players, second line, third line. Your fourth line doesn't get too many minutes, but so you focus on the first 3. They keep swapping in and out. If your third line is a lot better than the other teams, like if a good team like Florida has a good third line, if Edmonton, who I don't think their third line's as good, like the Florida Panthers third line can kind of take control of the game. It'd be like your bench players, they're going to take control.
Yeah.
And, in hockey, it's different than like basketball or even, it's very low scoring. 1 goal is crucial in the game. So that's why I see it happening. But we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a great series. I was cheering for Dallas. I was pulling for Dallas after the Bruins had a lackluster season, to put it lightly. Some would say fucking awful. I mean, kind of a disgrace of a season, to be honest. Got to fully rebuild. Disappointed we re-signed our GM. He's a shit bum. Don Sweeney. I mean, absolute scumbag. We're gonna need a lot to get back in my good graces, but we'll see what happens there. But you guys aren't too much hockey guys, so unless you have any input.
No. I'll watch the Stanley Cup. I will watch that, but I gotta get back into hockey. Got to get more into hockey.
Yeah, but I agree. All right, so why don't we head straight into our overrated, underrated? Any of you guys want to start? You want me to start?
I got one. I think Mikal Bridges, overrated as fuck. That useless bag. I'm gonna go into a tangent for a second. That useless bag of shit. He played so fucking. I don't know. He played like garbage in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know if I was the only one that saw that. His stats might have not shown it, but let me pull up his stats real quick. So he averaged 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Okay. So, but I don't know. It just didn't seem like he was that good. Like, game 1, he shot 6 for 9. Okay.
Well, that's not bad.
I know, but the presence that Mikal Bridges usually has wasn't felt. Like, his defensive presence wasn't there. Like, he's an all-NBA defender. Usually all-NBA first-team defender. And it felt like he wasn't there.
Yeah, outran him.
I mean, yeah, he was guarding Halliburton, but they were getting all the switches they wanted. They were getting... I don't know. He just wasn't that good.
So you think... So you're going off... So this is kind of a hot take. You're going off just this series. He's overrated now. Are you saying he's getting old?
No. He's still young, or young enough where he's okay. I just think that overrated for the package that they gave up. They gave up something like 7 first-round picks for him. That trade is gonna go down and it's a lot.
How do you give away 7 first-round picks?
Because
how's that even possible?
The Knicks are stupid. Perfect. I literally just looked up his name, and the first thing that popped up was the trade.
7 first-round picks? That's allowed.
Ready?
How do you even give that up?
I'm about to read it to you right now. I'm just saying, in hindsight, the trade is looking shit. Okay, so the Knicks got Mikal Bridges, Keita Bates-Diop, 2026 second-round pick, and a draft rights to Juan Pablo Valle. The Nets got Bojan Bogdanovic, Shake Milton, unprotected first-round 2025, unprotected first-round 2027, unprotected first-round 2029, unprotected first-round 2031, unprotected in 2028, and a top 4 protected 2025 from the Bucks, and then a 2025 second. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unprotected first-round picks that are almost 4 years. There's one that's 2031. You do not know what your team's going to be like in 2031. No, that is a fucking gamble. If you were ass, the Nets might have just reversed the Celtics trade for just Mikal Bridges.
That's an all-time trade right there.
It's just, I don't know. I think the value...
A lot of moving parts in that trade.
I just don't know. I don't think he was... I don't know. 6-round, first-round picks is just so much. And the protections... They're not even they're not protected.
Cat
Meow.
making noises.
I know. he agreed. He doesn't think the fucking trade is. He thinks the trade is bullshit. But I don't know.
So you're saying he's overrated for the trade, but in just like
as a player's aspect, he's fine. He's not overrated or underrated. He's perfectly natural. But hindsight, looking at what they gave up for him, did the Knicks overrate him? His value? Fuck yeah. 1,000%.
To be fair, the Knicks, if they need anything, it's fucking defense, though.
But he's an All-NBA defender.
That's what they needed.
Should have been. Routinely is an All-NBA defender. Great wing defender. That's mine. That's enough for me.
It seems like you're almost trying to talk yourself in that he's not overrated.
No, I'm just saying the value. The value that they got for him was overrated, and I don't think he played well in the series.
I agree on the value.
Because I saw the tweet about the trade not too long ago, and it was nonsense.
I'll go real quick. I'm gonna go underrated. It's just we were talking about earlier today. It's just simply movie theaters.
I agree.
I think it's a lost art in our generation.
I'm actually excited for them to reopen the one near us.
You notice how like on it.
You know they're making the one that we were talking about, IMAX?
Yep.
It's going to be nice. We're getting an IMAX one down
perfect.
here.
I'm going to be there at least.
Yes, that's what they're making the one. They're making it an IMAX.
Well, we just kind of...
That's what I was trying to avoid.
Yeah, we just threw that out there. Fuck it.
We can censor it in post.
Yeah, that's true.
Just doxing ourselves, episode 1. But yeah, go back to what you're saying about how that's underrated. But yeah, they're making an IMAX theater.
Well, it's just like it almost feels like a lost cause. People in our generation just don't like go to the movies.
I mean, with all due respect,
like movies are like going to the movies. Like, dude, there's nothing better than when a new movie comes out and you like go see it in the theater. Like it's a highly like everybody's like, oh, but you get to sit on your own couch. It's a highly underrated. Like you get the feeling, you hit the concession stand, get your fucking bang job of a $20 popcorn or whatever the fuck they charge these days, or you can sneak in Burger King.
Like us, like absolute degenerates.
Burger King.
But would you also say that COVID is not also to blame for that? Everyone being forced to stay inside, people not wanting to go back out?
I think somewhat, but dude, like everything's ordered these days, Like there's so many big businesses like Sears and shit. Like nobody like goes to like stores anymore.
You're right.
But like I just like going to the movies is great.
It's a lost art.
Like it's awesome to go to see a movie at the theater.
Well, dude, I remember
especially if it's a movie you're excited for. It's just a way better experience.
Even when I was younger, dude, like I saw all the Lord of the Rings movies, all the Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
When they came out in the theaters, dude, the amount of hype I had, or even like the newest Marvel movie that was coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because dude, Marvel had a two-hand chokehold grip on my childhood. Watched
those Marvel movies were like a dynasty.
They
took over like every time.
Yeah.
Damn near.
No, 100%. Yeah, I remember like The Hobbit was a big one. I think I was just old enough because I was slightly older than you. I think I was just old enough to see the last Lord of the Rings that came out in theater, or I wasn't too young.
Probably around that time. It was like 2009. I think. I don't even know. Actually, I don't know. Might have been earlier than that.
And then the Hobbits. Then you had all the Avengers. And I'm really not a huge Marvel guy, but the Avengers got me. It's unfortunate Star Wars is
dog shit.
I wouldn't say dog shit. It's iffy. The movie basis. It can be hard to get. Now, The Mandalorian was a great show.
It was a great show. Yeah.
But the movies have been iffy for sure since Disney took over. I mean, do you disagree?
What? About Star Wars?
Yeah, the movies being iffy since Disney took over.
Oh, 1,000%. They've been shit. You can say it. They were awful.
I liked one of them. The other ones I saw. How many have they made now? What, 3?
3.
Yeah, I liked 1. 2, I was like one I thought was just stunk. And then the other one's like,
Side note, really random. Michael Cole is wearing a TJ McConnell jersey at Raw right now. There's a picture of him flexing.
Forgot Monday Night Raw is going on.
I know it's going on right now. Our Truth's last match.
We'll be talking about some WWE on this podcast.
Oh, we definitely will. We'll dive into it. It's on. We'll
try. Hopefully the people who listen to this don't make us have to watch AEW too.
God. Or NXT.
You know, eventually we're just gonna have to start watching sports 24/7. I'm not gonna have time to do anything else.
I know. I'm just gonna have to sit here.
Oh, I can't have a bad take. I gotta watch 12 hours of Stephen A. Smith. See you, Mom.
See you, Mom. Going to sit in my room to watch a 12-hour highlight video of Stephen A. Smith takes.
Yeah, Mom, I got to refresh my memory on the football season. Let me go watch Tavon Austin highlight film.
Yeah, the only person that I agree with is Nick Wright and Skip Bayless.
I don't know, who's your favorite guy? Who do you think has the, like, obviously these guys, like, especially on TV, they know what they're doing a lot of the times with some of these takes. But, like, who do you think has, like, even their hot takes are at least understandable?
God. Probably my favorite person to watch, like, listen to on, like, ESPN, national TV.
Yeah.
I mean, technically Kenny Beecham, now that he's mainstream, he's probably the best basketball... probably the best basketball analyst out there right now with his show and his podcast. Okay. Very high up there, very well knowledgeable, very unbiased, stays true to the game. Literally doesn't listen to other basketball podcasts because he thinks it'll influence his opinion. So
that's interesting.
He said it on his pod.
That's kind of a big dick play.
He said it on his pod this morning. He was like, I'm not listening to any pods, so they will not sway my opinion on any of these games. He's like, until the end of the playoffs, I'm going to just be watching the games and creating my own content. I'm not going to listen to others. Even though I want to, and I will at some point, but to not skew my opinion on anything, I'm just going to focus on the sport. Which I respect.
That's an interesting take.
It's interesting, but I respect it. He's just strictly watching the sport and just understanding it that way. He doesn't want to hear, like he said, he listened to a podcast of Bill Simmons talking about how when Tyrese Halliburton goes to the right wing, this is just an example, Tyrese Halliburton goes to the right wing and they have a high % success rate. And then he's like, oh, when I watch the games, every time Tyrese Halliburton touches the ball, I'm going to be watching that to make sure if he goes to the right wing to look at that success rate. That shit's just always going to be running in the fucking back of my mind because it's all I can think about is the numbers. So you take the numbers out completely, you just watch it for the game. Because, dude, if I see an advanced stat, I'm going to be fucking chomping at the bits, choking the bald, man, sitting there like, where's the stat?
That's true.
I want to see I want to see if it actually does convey.
Would you consider yourself an analytic nerd?
Yes.
Like, so you're a khakis, tucked in collared shirt, glasses kind of guy.
I'm in the back corner of a really shitty diner while people are watching their home team, sitting there with my laptop, my glasses on, shirt tucked. Well, according to this, the spread isn't gonna hit.
I'm the same way with football. You know, I'm the guy tucked away in the classroom. You know, glasses on, tucked in shirt, khakis, looking at the stat sheet. I'm an analytic guy.
I'm the only guy in the bar arguing that Rudy Gobert is a good NBA player because his advanced stats behind the scenes of being on and off the court are vastly different than his actual counted numbers.
But the thing is, we're cool analytic nerds, so we can make fun of analytic nerds.
See, that's self-titled, though. Yeah, we're just cool. Why are we cooler than them?
We're self-described cool analytic nerds.
That is true. I don't think I've ever seen an analytic nerd call themselves cool. So if we do it, we could be the first.
Exactly. Nick, overrated, underrated.
Swing it over. One day you'll get that throw down. It'll look perfect.
That one was pretty good. Just didn't catch it.
Yeah, I know. Unathletic fuck.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
You've had 30 minutes to prepare, asshole.
Exactly 30 minutes, right now.
Yeah, it's called an internal clock.
I don't think I have one.
Nothing that's overrated, nothing that's underrated? The whole week, you had nothing that's overrated.
Well,
could be mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I hate that shit.
That shit is overrated. That shit is definitely overrated.
All right, next take is mint chocolate chip.
We're gonna start.
He's gonna have a war.
I'm gonna delegate you to silence.
Start talking about mint chocolate chip ice cream just for another fucking 10 minutes.
It's your fault. You unprepared piece of shit.
Are you a mint chocolate chip or are you just a mint chip?
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
What do you?
What do you mean difference? No.
Well, what do you say?
Mint chocolate chip?
Okay, me too. I'm just wondering. A lot of people call mint chip. I'm just wondering.
Well, we're not from, like, I don't know, the Midwest.
You might be.
No, I'm from the South.
I'm not so sure about you.
The South.
The South, but, like, more South than anyone's thinking about right now.
Okay. All right.
Well,
well, on to the next thing. You know, while we're not on the topic of sports,
well, we're just rambling.
We're just going on a basic banner. Let's talk about. So I have a good idea that I think viewers will get behind. Is for people who don't know, Nick is already Frappuccino Nick,
superstar in the making,
is already bilingual.
Yep.
He speaks multiple languages. For those who do not know the English language and don't know what bilingual means.
Assuming we're conveying to just absolute smooth brains. But continue.
Me and Brady have undertook the...
Brady and I talking about the English language or to use improper grammar.
That's brutal.
But continue. Fucking this guy!
Well, at least I know what bilingual means.
That is true. You're ahead of like 50% of Americans.
We're trying to learn second languages. So
slight attempt.
Mine is actually considered pretty easy. Yours it takes, just
a lot of time.
I don't even know how to describe just a barn burner of a fucking task to learn Japanese.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a big dick play, but it's kind of a rough play. Because that language is not even comparable to English.
So a good way to compare it, like you said, so my dick's on the table, but the table's made of sandpaper. So I'm out there.
It sounds painful.
But it's a struggle. Like the fucking dude, because you got to think you have to learn, like, obviously you got to learn the phrases and how they speak in general and the way that they formulate their sentences compared to ours. But then at the same time, like, dude, everything's symbols. And all symbols are different sounds. You have to, like, learn each deviation because each combination of random symbols and sounds means a whole different thing. Like, dude, like, there's a couple, I'm trying to think of one. There's one that it's just, like, 3 sounds, but it means an entire phrase. It's so fucking weird. It's interesting. It sure as hell is interesting, but it's fucking weird.
But it kind of fits you. I mean, you like a lot of things that come from the Japanese culture.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, big fan of their video game output. I like that a lot. I
think that's a big key to learning a language. Like, you can't just learn a language of a culture or, like...
No, you should...
You gotta learn something you're interested in.
I mean, it helps you connect to yourself more, I guess, in a way. You're more inclined to actually learn it if you want to, like... Because, most people that, like, that enjoy and try and practice other cultures probably eventually want to go there at some point in their lives to see it. So, knowing the actual language, making it more accessible is never a bad thing.
At least knowing, like... At least learning the language to a point where, like... You don't need to, like, have a full-on conversation, but you at least can find out where the fuck you're going.
Like, if we
and,
ever
like,
went
ask questions.
Like, if we ever went to fucking Germany or something, we decided to go to Germany because you wanted to, you could at least get us to point A and point B.
For those of you who don't know, I'm learning German, which, also, for people who do not know, is very closely related to the English language. Thousands of years ago, apparently. English speakers and German speakers could pretty much understand each other just talking. So... It's honestly not extremely difficult. I'm about to take a exam for a certificate in it for my first A1, as they call it, the A1 course.
Not to be confused with the steak sauce.
That's very true. You got to watch out for comparisons like that because then people think I'm taking a certificate to become a seller of A1 steak sauce.
I'm not even really big a fan of A1.
You don't like A1 steak sauce?
I mean, it's all right, but like...
That's one of my best things when you're on a cut or trying to lose weight. A1 steak sauce you can put that shit on everything.
I'm a hot sauce guy. I'd rather put hot sauce on
I'm also
a
hot sauce guy, but A1 like
I just don't like. Do you use A1 for steak or do you use it for everything else? Because I don't like it on steak.
Dude, do you know what's really good on is vegetables.
I agree. My mom actually puts it on My mom actually puts it in her mashed
potatoes.
Yeah.
Vegetables and rice. It's really good with rice, too. And I'm a big hot sauce guy, but the problem with hot sauce is you don't want it 3 meals out of a day. So if you're trying to lose weight and your meals start getting kind of bland, you don't want to eat fucking hot sauce for breakfast.
You don't like spicing it up?
I like spicing it up, but
you're a big egg guy. You don't do eggs and hot sauce? That seems like a
little sriracha.
Yeah.
I like sriracha, but sriracha is actually, what did I say? It's my go-to. I would say it's my go-to for hot sauce these days.
Think so?
But,
definitely.
I don't. It's not even.
It's
like
kind of
thick
though. The thing with sometimes I like the more liquid one. Sriracha's thick.
I like the.
Do you know what sriracha's really good? Is soup.
Is it?
You can put it in soup. It's really good.
I like the Frank's Red Hot because I like the liquid hot sauce, and I like the flavor. I like the flavor of Frank. It's not even like Frank's is that spicy, but it has like a good flavor
it's not too spicy.
to it. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like it's a good flavor.
I bought some habanero shit not too long ago. Oh, that shit was hot.
You know, we should do the one.
It was like almost unbearable.
We should do the 1 chip challenge on this.
That's crazy. I feel like we need to
eventually.
We need to film it. Yeah.
But that'd be funny as fuck. I would definitely do that.
I would do it. We'd have to do it like the last 10 minutes though, because we can't sit here and do a podcast fucking down in milk.
Yeah, but that'd be hilarious.
For you, lactose-free milk.
Almond.
I wonder what that should taste like.
No, you know what? Almond milk's really good. It's sweet.
I like almond milk.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But if you're trying to gain weight, obviously you can't because you're lactose intolerant. But just drink whole milk. I mean, that shit will put weight on you quick.
Or ice cream.
Yeah. But I mean, literally, like a cup of whole milk is like 200 calories. You drink like a glass of whole milk, you're talking like 600, like 500 calories.
That's ridiculous, dude.
Like just a glass of whole milk, not like like some people buy the one but if you're trying to just literally buy some whole milk, you'll put on weight quick if you drink it like just a glass a day. How do we get on milk? We were talking about languages.
Don't know. It's all right. Onward.
But with our languages, I'm learning German. He's learning Japanese. I think we should maybe do a weekly challenge. I think so. Here's how I think we set it up though. So like depending on our skill level, you would ask me like say, where are you from in German, and then I have to say it. If I can't say it, then there has to be some kind of punishment.
You have to take a shot.
I'm a little more ahead of you, and my language is a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I'd have to do something different, and plus I know nothing about the Japanese, so I'd have to look up. Like,
all right, we could definitely do that. I think we can implement that. We should do it, but like the challenge would be like yeah, I get it wrong or something, but I have to shotgun right here on the pod live, and they gotta just listen.
Whoever can't do it, or both of us can't do it, we have to shotgun.
And the punishment has to get progressively worse.
Well, what's worse than shotguns? How about we start with a shot, and then we'll go to shotgun,
and then a shooter,
oh.
Which is a shotgun and a nip.
A shooter. I mean, you don't even really need a nip. You can just kind of pour a shot in it.
Yeah, either or. You definitely could.
Makes it easier.
It does.
Yeah, we could do that. I don't even know where would you go after that? Like you gotta do a shooter and then do 50 push-ups.
Oh, beer mile.
Oh, we could do that towards the end. Maybe we make this like a long-term competition
for a beer mile.
I like this.
Beer mile with a GoPro. Like loser has to wear the GoPro.
Yeah, and then the other guys can kind of follow him around in like a car and just
like
film
a golf
it too.
Cart.
Yeah, we do a literal beer mile.
Yeah, no, down go to Bayberry. You guys could follow the other person on that trail while the person has to run that mile trail.
I like that.
Oh, that'd be fucked.
It's only a mile though, but the beer is gonna kick in.
The beer's gonna get to you.
But let's do it.
Beer every quarter mile, 4 beers. I'll shake on it right now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to figure out the beer situation. 4 seems fair.
And then we'll put together like a point system. We won't do the individual challenges. We'll have it be like a point total. And after like a certain amount of time, whoever has less
I think if you just get it right, it's a point. The only problem is we need to communicate on this, and I gotta say like, oh, I'm learning this week. More of this. And also, I can't just be like, you just started learning Japanese like a month. I can't just be like,
well, so hey, since I'm doing Duolingo, I'll let you know what my unit is. I can show you the unit that I'm on, I guess. And relatively, you can look up close to it. But we'll have to figure that out off the pod.
We can figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It won't be too hard. But
I think the whole idea of us doing the beer mile at the end is perfect.
No, I really like that.
Bonus Patreon content.
It'll be free for all to watch.
That'll be. Oh, we'll put that out for the public to enjoy.
If we tie, we both have to do it.
Oh God.
Or we could do it like we both have to do it, but whoever wins the challenge just has to do less beer.
Yeah, like one or less beer or something like that.
Yeah, like if someone win, like if one of us wins it, because it's probably going to be pretty close in points. I mean, the problem is it just depends on the question. Like if it's pretty close in points, so let's say like one of us wins by 2, maybe that person only has to do 2 beers, and the other person has to do 4.
That's fair.
Just so we both have to do it. Well, but we'll figure that out later. But I like this idea. That's cooking right there.
We'll iron up the rest off camera.
Let's head right into the pick of the week. I like that.
Yep. I already got mine. I already told you. Mine's locked in.
Go for it.
I am taking the Pacers plus 9 points in game 1. I think that...
What's that, minus 115?
Minus 105.
Okay.
Regardless of whatever the outcome is, I don't know. I think 9 points is way too much to give to an NBA Finals team. Like, dude, they're going to make it respectable. I understand OKC's that good, but it's 9 points. That's a lot.
9's a lot.
9's a lot.
OKC has a tendency to blow teams out. I think it really depends on what, because OKC's been out for what, 12 days now?
They got a full week of rest. We got 4 days.
So how many days would they be off once the game starts? It's got to be what, like 11?
They'll be at like 8 or 9. We'll be at 4.
Okay. Yeah, it just depends what team they're showing up with. I think it's going to be a big thing. They might be a little sloppy. They're going to be rested, which is going to help them in the series. But that game 1 might be a little sloppy for them. I'll head right into mine. We'll go. So here's the problem. I don't have the exact odds for this. We try to keep it under minus 200. That is the rule. Under minus 200 on sports gambling odds.
Something you can actually make money off of while taking the pick, but not something that's like come on, like just ridiculous.
Well, we could do it like I almost went into the Belmont coming in this weekend.
I kind of like I said my pick is definitely Pacers plus 9. But with all due respect, I'm definitely throwing it out there that I will be dabbling in the Pacers to win the finals, which is plus 500, because that's the ROI on that is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm going to sprinkle myself, but my personal pick is for them to stay within 9 points in game 1.
Yeah. So here's the problem. I'm taking a Rob against Sean O'Malley. I know it's un-American, whatever. Sean O'Malley. I'm not a big Sean O'Malley guy, anyways. This is UFC 316. Yep, 316.
It is 316, I believe.
316. Coming up this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Big fight. Yeah, June 7th, so that would be this.
That's this Saturday,
yeah. Yep. So Merab is actually minus 285, but I want to take him by decision. Now the problem is he's probably going to win by decision if he does win, so I'm not sure what the odds are going to be. That is going to be my pick. Could be changed once it hits the Instagram, or once it goes up later. But for now, it's going to be Merab by decision. Which I'm hoping is at least around minus 200. But his money line's minus 285. But we'll see what the money comes in on. The line's going to shift a little bit. We got some time. So hopefully it shifts more in favor of Sean, so we get a better price on Merab. But I think he coasts to a victory here. Sean's been out for a little bit. I know they're saying he's been training really hard. I don't fucking doubt it. Can he beat Merab, though? Probably not. I don't see it. I don't see a clear, a lucky shot as his chance, I think. He's got a puncher's chance, in my opinion. He's a really good fighter, but it's going to be the same as the first fight, in my opinion.
And back to what you said, I know this is kind of off the rails, but you mentioned Instagram. So we are going to have all of our socials live by the time this comes out. Yep. And they will all be at the same handle, I believe, which will just be at
We'll have an X.
Yes, we'll have an
X.
Have an
Instagram.
We'll have an Instagram. We might make a TikTok.
We will have a Gmail.
Eventually.
For viewer questions.
We have to make a TikTok.
Eventually.
Fucking TikTok. I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah, I mean...
we gotta do it.
Gotta output. But most likely all of the handles will be at Basement Banter. I believe that's what we're gonna go for.
We're gonna try.
And but, like you said, it'll
all be in the description and stuff.
Yeah, we'll add it in the description, all that nonsense.
And also, please gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Throw that in.
Drink responsibly, too.
Drink responsibly. Gamble responsibly.
You know, if you have trouble with gambling,
smoke responsibly.
Call the 1-800
Take
Gambler.
Quaaludes responsibly, if that's possible.
How do you take a Quaalude responsibly?
I don't. Well, I think it technically was. Maybe, it was like a pain, so you got to go to sleep.
Just don't take the Quaalude. Actually, are they discontinued?
They are.
They've been discontinued.
They've been discontinued. The guy who made them doesn't like he's dead, I think. And then they were a pharmaceutical drug that help you fall asleep. But I think like people try to make them, and like I heard rumors that like other countries have been trying to make them, but I don't know if they have. I don't know if they're as good as like the old ones.
I don't know. Didn't try the old ones or the new ones.
No, I wasn't old
but
enough.
But besides the fact we're getting derailed on Quaaludes, we'll follow all the social medias and we will give.
Yeah, let's not
constant
do that.
Updates. I'm not listening to anything that you guys just said or acknowledging it. I'm in my own world, and you're going to witness
Nick,
it.
do you have a pick of the week for the parlay and straight bets? Let's hear it. And we will all be betting this, and we're going to keep an ROI on each person and as a podcast.
We'll track it on the Instagram. So on the Instagram story for every time we post after an episode, we're going to post a screenshot of our slip of all 3 of our bets together in a DraftKings slip with our records. So each of us will have a record on the year. It'll be year to date and year to date.
But it's going to be ROI, so return on it. So let's say it's going to just be based off $10. It doesn't matter what unit. So $10, if you take a minus 200 bet, you win $5. So that'll be your ROI. And then like let's say you win a plus 100, then you win 10. So it'll be ROI instead of just record, because then you could always just take like a minus 190 and win most of your bets.
Yeah.
It's got to be more of a someone could have a lesser record.
We'll do it on,
but a better return on investment.
We'll see how we do.
We also do a podcast, so we're all cheering for each other.
So everyone wants to succeed.
We're all,
we'll either do it
for each other.
We'll either do it numbers wise, or we do it off the money or percentage, because percentage might be easier, to be honest. Actually, no, it won't, because we can
return on investment won't be hard.
No, you're right.
If we just do it by $10,
but I think that's a good idea.
It won't be difficult to track.
Yeah. So Nick, if you don't have a pick right now, by the time this post or whatever, your pick will be up. If you want to have some time, swing it.
I think to kind of piggyback off Brady, I think I see Halliburton showing off like 20 plus.
So you think Halliburton 20-plus points in Game 1?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Let's see if that's legal.
It's legal.
No, it's definitely legal. That's probably like plus 180.
It's legal. If it's not legal, it's like near legal.
Check it.
20 points?
A lot of these betting, yeah.
Mine might not be illegal anyway, so I'm just check. Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
20 is plus 145. I like that.
18, I like that.
18 is minus 110. If you want to dive into the 18 plus.
I think just stick with your guns.
I kind of want to stick with 20.
Okay.
Stick with your guns. Swing it back.
I like that. I like that. That's a ballsy move.
I mean, it does stick to Game 1 of the NBA Finals, which is very
plus
recent.
20 plus points is plus 145. That is DraftKings. Ladies and gentlemen, I switch between FanDuel and DraftKings.
I'm majority DraftKings, but I don't really mind.
We're mostly DraftKings. I occasionally switch to FanDuel because I like some of their boxing and UFC lines.
I do use FanDuel for horse race.
They're way better.
They're way better for horse racing.
I used to use Barstool Sportsbook until they sold it to ESPN.
It kind of sucks now.
The only thing is when I go down to Florida, I got to use Hard Rock Bet, which low-key is a good website, but it really only works in Florida because they have a monopoly in Florida.
Yeah. I like DraftKings. DraftKings is simple, easy to use. It's very user-friendly, which is a problem for a gambling site to be extremely user-friendly. But very easy to deposit.
Gamble responsibly.
It's very easy to deposit money and shit like that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want any like, a couple months down the road we're getting emails. I gambled with a credit card because of you guys. I lost thousands of dollars. Please don't put that on my shoulders.
I stole my parents' credit card and put that on my
How do you sell a credit card?
How do you steal your parents' credit card?
Oh, I thought you said I sold my parents' credit card.
I went back to my parents.
I saw a guy one time, and he bought an iPad or something. Like, dude, it was this guy. He's in Vegas. It's this video. He's in Vegas, and he goes to the Apple Store and buys like an iPad and like something else, and then he pawns it off. So like the iPad and this other, it was like something like $1,500, something like that, and he pawns it off for like $500. Goes back to the casino. He's got maxed out credit. Like, dude, this guy's just a complete gambling addict. Just like lost everything. Like, it's unbelievable. So please gamble responsibly. Do not end up like that guy. Drink responsibly.
Don't want to end up like Nick.
Don't end up like any of us.
Absolute alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Cannot feed his beer addiction on a day-to-day basis. It's disgusting.
Well, no, he doesn't have a beer addiction.
Wakes up and gets the shakes.
He has a unicorn Frappuccino addiction.
It's not even a thing.
Do you guys still have that?
No.
What do you mean it's not a thing?
What do you mean it's not a
It's
thing?
not a thing.
If I went in there and ordered one, you'd make it.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
You're lying. This is that secret menu nonsense.
Nope.
It is.
There's no secret menu.
All right.
It was a real thing like 7 years ago. Bring it back.
Single-handedly bring it back. You're a Frappuccino Nick. They have to listen.
No.
What do you mean no?
I've always wanted to try a unicorn frap just to see what it tastes like.
You would.
Probably tastes like shit.
You
I
would.
know I would. I just want to see what it tastes like. It just looks interesting. I just don't understand how it's coffee. It's like blue and pink. Like, how's that coffee?
It's not coffee.
It's not coffee.
But it's a frap.
Fraps don't need to have it. A frap is a milkshake.
See how passionate he got? It's Frappuccino
That's
Nick.
Frappuccino Nick.
Okay.
You learn something new every day.
That motherfucker got. And see, now he wants us to keep going. See, he wants to get past the fact that we're talking about his specialty. But it's all right. We're good.
So was there Frappuccinos without caffeine?
Yes.
Like what?
Vanilla.
All right, move on. This is.
This is ridiculous.
No, come on. I mean, so people actually order like a vanilla Frappuccino. It's just.
Yeah.
That shit's got to be
They're
like.
scumbags.
It's got to be like 500 calories.
Yes.
Don't call your customers scumbags.
I will call my customers fucking scumbags.
They pay your salary.
Thank God, Bill.
No,
They,
it's
well, you know, people are gonna. Thank God, people don't know. Thank God he's behind the camera.
They knew what you were, and hey, this guy made my drink not too long ago, and he's talking about what? He's spitting in my drink.
Scumbags. Scumbags is harsh.
Scumbags.
Flea bags is a little bit better.
Flea bag.
I don't-
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't know about that, but you got it.
I'd rather be a flea bag than a scumbag. Like a scumbag is like you're like unreliable. You're a piece of shit. Like a flea bag could mean like, you know, you just hang out in the mud here and there. You know.
I guess so. I guess I understand.
Like it's like
hang in the
would
mud.
you rather
rise
would you
with the
rather like when
fleas.
you're playing basketball at the park or wherever? Would you rather have someone says you suck or someone says, man, you stink?
I suck.
Yeah. Because you hear, like, someone says you suck, it's like, all right, whatever, guy. But if someone's like, oh, dude, you stink, it's like, wow, I must really fucking stink.
Yeah, you fucking stink, dude.
Like, if someone brings out the stink, it's way worse. What do you think about that, Nick? Stink is worse than suck.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, imagine, like,
Low.
everybody's like, oh, dude, you suck. Dude, you... But, like, you know someone's serious when they're like, oh, dude, you fucking stink.
You fucking stink, dude.
Yeah. That's brutal. All right. We'll go into this weekend, actually. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to the Fenway boxing event. We're going to be talking about MMA and boxing a lot. I'm a big fan.
You're going to find some random-ass Irish dirtbag in a patty cap standing behind a fucking hot dog stand.
Yeah, it's not on DraftKings, so I'm going to have to find a bookie somewhere. I probably shouldn't say that.
Hey, who are you taking?
I'm going. It's the first boxing event in Fenway in 69 years. Nice number. Great number. Some would say it's the best number. Great number. Great number. Yeah, so I'm going there. First one in 69 years. We haven't had any big boxers. And boxing is back on the rise, dude. And we haven't had any big ones in Boston, which used to be a staple in the boxing scene. So it's good that Fenway's getting back into it. You know, we haven't had a guy. You know, we haven't had a Mickey Ward in a while. You know, we haven't had anybody like that. So you know, I'm hope. You know, my dream is that maybe we can get a champ from around these parts. Would be nice.
Debatable.
Oh, that's 100%. But I'm going to watch this guy, Thomas O'Toole. He splits time between Galway and Boston. He's a good fighter. I think he's 14-0. He's probably going to win. And I think this one will propel him, I think, into the top 100. I think he's a middleweight. I could be wrong.
He's not light.
No, lightweight's kind of different. Like, UFC and boxing have different, like, they called it the same shit, but it's different weight classes. Like, lightweight in, like, boxing, I think is, like, 145. Lightweight in UFC is, like, 155. Something like that.
I think you're right.
UFC also has a lot less weight classes. Boxing is like almost every 5 pounds, which is arguably better, to be honest. There's too many big jumps in the UFC sometimes, and it hurts a lot of guys who really could be great fighters, but they just aren't in a good weight class for them. I want to get this right because he's looking good. He's 13-0, so I said what, 14? I say 14? Yep. He's 13. 13-0 is one off. 9 knockouts. He's a super middleweight. Okay, super middleweight. He's actually ranked 60th in the world right now. Number 1 from Ireland. He's from Galway, Ireland, and he was born in the USA, Boston. So he's kind of like a split, kind of Boston-Irish guy. Boston, Irish, and Irish guy, I should say. So he has a lot of fans around here. He's going against a decent opponent at Fenway, Vaughn Alexander. Was this the same guy? Did they drop somebody? I don't remember this guy being the opponent. Kind of a journeyman. The guy's nickname is the Animal. 39.
Jesus Christ.
You know, the guy's looking for a paycheck.
The Animal.
He looks like he's probably looking for a paycheck. The Animal. That's tough. So I'm looking at this as a knockout now. It looks like it's probably going to be. So it should be a good card. I mean, 69 years, man, since they've been at Fenway. TD hasn't had a boxing event in a minute. Gillette never really got into it, So I think Fenway's making the right move here, get into it early while it's on the come up. Maybe we'll see some bigger cards there eventually.
Yeah, something you can actually bet on without finding a bookie.
Dude, who knows if there's even like a bookie carrying these fights?
There's gotta be. You're gonna find one.
There's gonna be some scumbag.
You're gonna find one dirtbag. You're not gonna get your money if you win, though.
One could hope. One could fucking hope.
You're gonna go there and you get robbed. It's gonna be some random guy. Hey, are you a bookie? Yeah.
You'll know. You just gotta see the leather jacket, the fucking patty cap. You'll know who the fuck's a bookie. You'll spot it from a mile. You'll spot it from a mile away. There'll be 10 guys around the guy. Like with money, wads of money in their hand. If you're looking for a bookie, you know exactly what the fuck they look like.
You're looking for a bookie, you'll fucking find one.
Bookies are still around, man.
They're around.
I don't know how, but they're around.
They are.
Some people just prefer it.
I don't know why.
Some people prefer using a bookie.
All right, I guess. I mean, it's not for me. That's where the debt starts coming in.
Well, it probably would have been for you if it just wasn't legal.
Fuck you.
It's not a bad thing. It's just, options are options. Thank God for DraftKings.
Yeah, you're right. That's why they got menus at restaurants. Some people like steak, and some people like spaghetti.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we head to our last segment?
No, not really.
No.
All right. We'll hit the entertainment of the week. Brady, why don't you start? Final segment to end every podcast.
Don't talk to me like that.
Don't you say you're fucking entertainment?
Don't inform like I'm not already informed on what's going on here.
It doesn't seem like you are.
Excuse me, princess.
So that's a legendary poll right there.
I would say I don't know. I'd say my entertainment of the week is I don't know. I've been really into
The Legend of Zelda TV series.
The original TV series, The Legend of Zelda OG TV series.
Well, excuse me, princess.
No, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Crystal. On Gen 2 on my
Crystal.
On my Game Boy Advance.
Yep. Yep.
But I don't know. Just reliving the classics, I guess.
It's always good. I mean, I think entertainment of the week, it should be a lot of new stuff, should be a lot of classics. Should be just stuff, anything, anybody, from video games to movies to TV shows to cigarettes, whatever.
It's a good point.
Get back in the menthols.
Yeah, cigarettes aren't really an entertainment, so maybe not cigarettes.
Entertainment of the week, yep, my favorite package of Marlboro Reds.
Yeah, for you guys want some real entertainment, you got to head down, get some Marlboro Reds, really throw on the cowboy hat and tie a lasso and, just start riding around on a horse.
Cigarette tier list coming in a few weeks, by the way.
Yeah. We're gonna get.
I haven't smoked enough like types companies of cigarettes to be able to make a tier list.
We're gonna sit down and get a pack of each cigarette, and we're gonna
just
smoke.
go to Speedway or Cumberland Farms and just buy one pack of each. Smoke one cigarette.
You know how much money that's gonna cost?
Oh, $150.
It's like $20 a pack. It's a lot more than that.
How many packs are in a convenience store though?
Different flavors. It's probably
just like different companies. There's a good amount. Yeah, they're gonna be really confused when you. Are you sure you don't want just a carton of one? No, we're gonna take one of each.
No, I want a pack of each cigarette that you have.
Then we're gonna have to suffer through dip.
Oh my God! Why you just throw dip in here? That's nothing to do with cigarettes.
Let's try our dip out.
We might as well get rolling tobacco too while we're at it. Just go for it. Fuck it. Tobacco tier list coming soon. The complete tobacco tier list.
All right, mine's gonna be pretty. I've been playing this game a lot. I started it actually. Kind of props to Frappuccino Nick. He got me into it. Detroit Become Human.
Oh, you still playing that? Are you still playing in fucking German though?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very specific detail.
See, but you know what's fucked up?
He plays it in German. With English subtitles?
Yeah, English subtitles.
Yes, because he thinks it's helping him learn the language.
It is.
It definitely is, but it's just it's a very important fact that he's not playing this in English. He's playing it in German.
That's true. No, well, see, here's the problem. So I beat it the first time. You know, I don't want to give away spoilers. Well, spoilers.
Dude, the game came out fucking 10 years ago at this point.
Spoiler alert. I took a bad ending. Well, it's a good ending for me. Let's just say, well, I mean, my ended in a genocide, kind of.
How's that a good ending?
But it's AI. I'm gonna preface this: it's AI and it's a video game. This is not people that got genocided. AI, robots. I kind of gave it away what happens, but what can happen? I just want to preface that I'm just out here. I'm not a maniac. I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, keep going because I can pick this apart real fast, but I'm gonna let you have your moment. You fucking.
I'm gonna move towards one of the better endings this time. A little more feisty in this ending. But so I tried to play in English, and the characters just don't sound right.
You know, I actually.
The character. I'm so used to the characters' voices in German. When the characters talk in English, I'm like, ah.
So Nick, question you too.
It just don't sound.
How
right.
good is that game? Is it just good? Just
like 10 out of 10.
Is it good because you can keep replaying it with different endings?
Because you can just go different endings.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is like if
never really seemed up my alley.
It's one of those that your choice.
Really your choice at every turn.
Everything matters. Really matters. Really matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you ever play Telltale game?
Yeah. The Telltale Walking Dead games are mint.
Yeah, it's like that. But the choices matter way more. It's the littlest bit of action will.
It could change anything.
It can change anything.
Nice. So now that we got him talking, you want to swing it over his way?
Well, I usually go for specific endings. I'm trying.
Oh, so you're going. You want to get the specific. You're trying to get each specific ending in
Yeah.
Okay.
So even when the first time I played it. When I got into it, I was kind of winging it, and then I realized what ending I could get. And he was like, it's the bad ending. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm going for the bad ending. I went full just monster. Just taking out everybody. Yeah. But I was shooting, the game is, it's a 10 out of 10. I love games where your choices matter.
Yeah.
One thing that always pisses me off, some games are so good, but they try to make it seem like your choices matter, but they really don't.
Ultimately, they don't matter at all.
But they try to make it seem like they do, which I can respect, but it also pisses me.
That's
the fuck off.
Those are the games that they change a few text lines, depending on if it matters or not. They don't actually
one. While we're on the topic of video games, might as well keep this going. Is Hogwarts Legacy. Great game. I fucking love. I played it twice. I've had plenty of hours on Hogwarts Legacy. Game is fucking amazing. Apparently, they're in the development of it. Apparently, what's weird about them is they're coming out with a big DLC, but then they're also making a second game. I'm like, why not just fade the DLC? I mean, we just don't need it. Just focus everything on the second game.
I don't know, man. It's a money grab. It's EA.
Yeah, I agree. But like that game is like
You're talking about fucking EA.
That's very true. But with like Hogwarts Legacy, it's like, dude, you could become like the biggest fucking scumbag.
Yes.
And nobody cares.
Exactly.
Like you're just walking around doing just like
fuck all.
Avacadabra on people, and people are like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
in the movies, you get sent to, what was it, Azkaban?
Yeah, you can only go to Azkaban on like a special mission in that game.
Well, yeah, you do it during Hufflepuff or whatever. But I also
That's
saw
the only one.
I saw it during someone made a mod where if you do one of the curses like in public, the Ministry of Defense comes after you, and you have to survive like it's like a GTA. You got to survive like 2 minutes or something, and then they just stop. But like I thought that was kind of cool. But the problem is if you get sent, you literally like your character you got to save. You just like locked in forever. Like you have to save the game before you do that because you will get like the DLC, like the mod will. They're not letting you out. And there's a letter from like the professor, who's Professor, Fick.
Fig, like Fig, the Fig Newton.
Yeah. He's like, dude, you had so much potential and everything, and then you're just in a jail cell.
That sounds awful.
Well, I mean, it's realistic though. I mean, like, dude, you shouldn't be running around using these curses that in the movies are like the biggest thing in the world. You're just like, I'm on missions with my friends or whatever, like and I'm just fucking murdering people.
Yeah, but then you're just permanently soft locked. You're just stuck in the jail, so you can't just kill anyone and get away with it.
That's true, but I think there should be. I think there should be some kind of like almost like Skyrim or like Elder Scrolls where like, stop, you violated the law. Like, you gotta go to jail for
maybe the next game is gonna be less about Hogwarts and more about the world.
Dude, the world was also... It's so repetitive.
Well, because the only thing they did in the world was...
Hogwarts is, like, the best. I really hope...
Inside the school...
I disagree with you, actually. I hope that Hogwarts just becomes, like, the main focus of the game. Fuck everything. Like, dude, that whole world around it, I thought it's, like, just stick to Hogwarts. Because
they only did the shopping center. They didn't do, like...
Yeah, everything else was just, like, whatever.
That's fair. All right.
Nick.
I've been replay. I've played this game like fucking I've finished it like 6 times already. Fucking the PS4 Spider-Man from Insomniac, great game. Obviously, you've never played it.
I've never played it.
You need to play it.
Right.
It's you can get it on PC.
See how that works? There's my entertainment.
Funny how that shit works, huh?
Yeah, it's a great game. I still have to play like the Miles Morales and then the second one.
See, I already beat all of them.
Yeah, so you fucking scumbag.
Fucking you. Yeah.
That's pretty much.
No, that's a good one. I like how I like the video game takes on the entertainment of the week. I like those. It's good to mix it up here and there, but I like the video game takes.
There's a lot of things that you like to take.
Where are you going with that?
Nowhere. That's all.
What do you mean by that?
With your fucking feet still stuck in my fucking face.
They're not in your face.
Hour.
I told you I was going to get comfortable, and I got comfortable. My feet are not that close. They're an entire cushion away.
That's not true.
They're like...
My left thigh's on this cushion.
Well, that's because you're spreading your legs.
My left eye is sharing a cushion with your dirty, disgusting feet.
Why are they dirty? How are they dirty?
Bacteria.
What bacteria build up?
I can see the dirt.
Listen, 4 eyes, you can't see shit. And my feet are not dirty. How do I know your fucking thigh's not the thing that's dirty?
I can see like the maggots coming out.
Ingrown
eating away at
toenail.
I can see
hole in your sock.
I can see the maggots begging to eat away your decaying foot.
It's hard to see you with all the ash coming off your fucking kneecaps.
Jesus. All right. Does that pretty much settle it?
I think that's enough. I think that's enough from me. Anything else, I'm just gonna start yelling.
Next week, we're gonna get more into football. Of course, we're gonna have only 2 games technically because we'll be recording on Monday. We'll only be 2 games into the series. It'll be Thursday
and Sunday, I believe. I don't know the schedule. I'm retarded. I haven't looked.
No,
Thursday. There might be one on Monday going on as we're recording.
As we're recording, okay.
So.
And that'll be in Indiana too.
Nope.
No?
First 2 OKC, second 2 Indiana.
That's what I mean. Be a 3rd game technically, right?
No, that's game 2.
Thursday, Saturday, Monday.
Oh no, I'm right. It's Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday.
Okay.
So Thursday, Sunday.
Okay. Wednesday. So we'll have 2 games to review. I believe for hockey, let me just double check.
Hockey is Wednesday, Friday, Monday. So 2 games will have happened in the hockey before the night. There'll be a game happening and 2 games will
so
happen.
We'll be right
on
in the
game
middle.
3.
So we'll be able to check out my Panthers in 6 prediction at that point, see how I'm feeling about it. And then I'll be back, so I'll get to review the boxing event.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
I can't tell if he's making a symbol to wrap it up.
We're wrapping
All right, now he said wrap it up, so...
Yeah, we'll do NBA,
and fucking leave it up for tomorrow.
And then, and then we'll get into football.
All right. Until next time.
Thank you all for listening. Tune in next week on Wednesday mornings. The podcast will all be coming out.
That's it.
Hopefully Wednesday mornings.
We'll call it.
It will definitely be Wednesdays, but hopefully Wednesday mornings.
We'll say Wednesday before noon. We're gonna shoot for 9.
So listen to it while you're at work, while you're at daycare, while you're at the elderly home,
while you're at work,
wherever you are. Listen, watch, enjoy.